PSN News tonight, we take a look at when John Legend came to town.
And then a look at how Penn State celebrated Martin Luther King Day. Up next on PSN News Live.
Thanks for joining us tonight. I'm Alex Eliasof.
And I'm Alexandria Brown. A mainline water break occurred at about 1:30 p.m. on Thursday at the McAllister building on campus, causing several hundred gallons of water to flood the first floor and some of the basement. Upon arriving to the scene, OPP evacuated the building as a precaution because of a potentially dangerous situation of water leaking down into the electrical lighting fixtures. No one in the building was injured.
4 Penn State cheerleaders were removed from the team last week. A university spokesperson said the cheerleaders were removed from the breaking team rules. They would not confirm if they were connected to the October incident when cheerleader Paige Rocky fell from an apartment building, which is currently being investigated by police.
The 2013 UPUA Encampment Weekend took place this past Saturday and Sunday. This event allows the University Park Undergraduate Association and several other organizational leaders to collaborate with each other. About 150 student leaders from 60 organizations like the Red Cross Club, Relay for Life, Penn State Thespians, as well as representatives from branch campuses attended. The theme of the weekend was defining Penn State culture, and the two-day event consisted of various guest speakers, including President Rodney Erickson.
Grammy Award-winning artist John Legend visited Penn State to speak to his students about his charitable and musical works. Reporter Courtney Barrow has more.
On Monday, January 14th, John Legend spoke and performed at Penn State as part of SPA's Distinguished Speaker Series. A Grammy Award-winning artist, Legend has released multiple albums and collaborated with many different recording artists.
Oh, it's been fun. You know, I always consider myself a solo artist from the beginning, but I got a lot of great opportunities especially as I was trying to get a record deal, trying to get signed. I got the opportunity to work with Lauryn Hill when I was still in college at UPenn, and I got the opportunity to meet Kanye West because he was my roommate's cousin.
Legend has been traveling around the country speaking to students about the Show Me campaign, a nonprofit organization dedicated to fighting poverty. The organization's main goal is to provide education for students across the country.
And we really started to focus on education as a pathway out of poverty, and thinking about how we could help ensure that more young people get access to a quality education. And so we do that through a variety of means, working with a few different organizations, but that's essentially what our mission is.
Legend's performance included a lecture, a Q&A session, and a mini concert. For PSN News, I'm Courtney Barrow.
Penn State is officially named its first Athletic Integrity Officer. This is a new position that was created to maintain compliance and ethical conduct within the university's athletic department. Julie Del Giorno, the chief staff at Moravian College and Moravian Theological Seminary, was selected for the position. She will be responsible for upholding the requirements of the Athletic Integrity Agreement issued to Penn State in August of last year. Del Giorno is scheduled to start at the university full-time on April 1st.
Penn State is now accepting applications for the job of Associate Vice President and Associate Dean for Undergraduate Education. The position has been open since Professor Jeremy Cohen retired last December. Penn State will be looking for his replacement until February 15th. This position holds a lot of responsibility within the university's Division of Undergraduate Studies. Whoever is selected will work with other faculty and staff to improve Penn State's undergraduate academic programs and advising services for students.
On Wednesday, January 16th, Schreier Honors College held a day of kindness to honor Mac, the son of Dean Brady. Students, faculty, friends, family gathered on his 9th birthday to remember Mac and write messages on luminary bags. The bags were then lit at night and set out in the Atherton courtyard. This day was a reflection of Mac's good-hearted spirit and a reminder to take part in different acts of kindness.
We'll be right back with more of your latest news up next on PSN News Live.
Big dreams and good grades aren't enough to get into college. There are actual steps you need to take. Finding someone who can help is the first and most important. For the next steps, go to knowhowtogo.org.
I got no pulse. We're losing him. Shock him.
Drives it real all the time. Just had a few drinks. Just can't be happening.
Are we clear? Clear.
We're just buzzed.
Just buzzed. You didn't tell us that, sir. You're right. This isn't happening. He'll be fine.
I feel good.
Really?
No, not really.
Buzz driving. Maybe we should stop acting like it's no big deal.
Shock him.
This can't be happening. This can't be happening.
Of course it's not happening. Armored car. Listen, having money isn't about luck. Make your own coffee, save $1,000 a year. Feed me.
Feed the pig. Hey, good game. Oh, there he is. Great game, man. Let's go get a win! This year's MVP goes to Jake.
Take steroids and eventually everyone will see you for what you really are. A fake, a fraud, an asterisk. Don't be an asterisk.
Last Tuesday marked the one-year anniversary of the death of Penn State's legendary football coach, Joe Paterno. Despite frigid temperatures, over 100 people gathered around the Heister Street mural, where Paterno is depicted, now with a halo over his head for a candlelight vigil. Many of the attendees lit candles and bags with messages of support written on them. Michael Pilato, the artist who painted the mural, was at the event showing his support for Paterno. A total of 409 candles were lit to represent the former coach's total number of wins at Penn State.
The NCAA is launching an internal investigation after news broke that its enforcement staff didn't play by its own rules. The sport's governing body has admitted that it used improper methods to obtain information in its investigation of the University of Miami. Defense attorneys of Ponzi scheme organizer Nevin Shapiro worked with the NCAA in an unrelated bankruptcy case to gather information against the school. The investigation of the university has been put on hold as a result of the internal review.
A new orientation program for Penn State students will begin May 2013. The FitCap process has been reformed and will be changed to 2 days instead of 1. The first-year testing and advising program is being changed in order to cover more necessary topics, as will help the students transition successfully to various student life issues. Incoming students will stay in North Halls and University Park during the 2-day orientation process.
State Representative Carrie Benninghoff is once again the chairman of the State House Finance Committee. The Republican was reappointed on January 14th, making this his second term as chairman. The House Finance Committee consists of 25 members who review policy and issues relating to taxes in the state. As a representative of part of Center County, Benninghoff says that he is very interested in Penn State and believes that the university impacts him both as a representative and as chairman of the Finance Committee.
Secretary of State Hillary Clinton testified in front of Congress last Wednesday in response to her department's handling of the September terrorist attacks in Libya. The U.S. ambassador and 3 Americans were killed in the attacks, and Clinton said she takes responsibility for what happened. Critics of Clinton said there was a lack of security at the compound in Benghazi and that her department was purposely trying to mislead the American people by giving false information about the attacks.
On Wednesday, U.S. Defense Secretary Leon E. Panetta lifted the military's ban on women in combat. This overturned a Pentagon rule from 1994 that banned women from artillery, armor, infantry, and other combat roles. President Obama supported the decision, releasing a statement saying the lifted ban was, quote, another historic step towards harnessing the talents and skills of all our citizens.
On Thursday, Massachusetts Senator John Kerry was questioned by the Senate Committee of Foreign Relations as part of his confirmation hearing to become Secretary of State. This past December, President Barack Obama nominated Kerry for the position. Kerry addressed Americans' concerns about Iran's nuclear program, saying, "We will do what we must do to prevent Iran from obtaining a nuclear weapon." Our policy is not containment, it's prevention. If approved, his nomination will go to the full Senate for consideration.
Last week, Penn State celebrated its 28th Martin Luther King Jr. Commemoration Week, where students, faculty, and State College residents attended several events around campus. Reporter Cynthia Hill has the story.
Monday, January 21st was a day on for Martin Luther King Day volunteers in Heritage Hall. And January 22nd, the MLK committee held an oratorical competition, co-sponsored by the Alpha Phi Alpha fraternity. On Wednesday, January 23rd, Ruby Bridges, who at 6 years old was the first African American to integrate American schools, addressed a crowd of over 100 at Schwab Auditorium. Her book, Through My Eyes, tells of her life story growing up in segregated New Orleans, and Wednesday, she signed over 100 of those books. Bridges also spoke about what it was like to partner with Disney to create a movie based on her life story. Her visit made a lasting impact.
To know that she was a part of the civil rights movement, I was instantly like, I need to go to this.
Another event held Thursday was a peace march that began at the Pascagoula Spiritual Center. Marchers walked down Curtin Road, stopped at the Lion Shrine to light peace candles, and sing our school's alma mater. Marchers then continued across the street to the Penn State historical marker outside Rec Hall that marked where Dr. King delivered a speech 45 years ago. Marchers then traveled back down Curtin Road to the Paterno Library to hear an inspirational song sang by MLK committee members Laurel Richards and Charisma Rixey. A social justice forum in Pascagoula Spiritual Center followed, with workshops and performances, and concluded the events for the week. Reporting for PSNtv News, I'm Cynthia Hill.
We'll be right back with this week's sports after the break.
So you can't save money? That's easy as pie. Brown bag your lunch instead of going out. $6 save times 5 days a week times 10 years is 21,000 bucks. That's a lot of lettuce. Small changes today, big bucks tomorrow. Feed the pig.
So you're the new girl. Yes, that's cute. Go on in.
Mr. Felsmikoff, thank you for overlooking my credit score. I was in college and I charged up a whole bunch of things that I really couldn't afford. Who knew employers checked that?
Hey kid, I don't credit check you. You don't credit check me. Capiche? And sometimes it floods in here. You might want to start wearing boots.
Potential employers can check your credit. Don't let your bad credit put you in a bad job.
So you can't save money? That's easy as pie. Brown bag your lunch instead of going out. $6 save times 5 days a week times 10 years is 21,000 bucks. That's a lot of lettuce. Small changes today, big bucks tomorrow. Feed the pig.
So you're the new girl.
Yes,
that's cute. Go on in.
Mr. Felsmikoff, thank you for overlooking my credit score. I was in college and I charged up a whole bunch of things that I really couldn't afford. Who knew employers checked that?
Hey kid, I don't credit check you. You don't credit check me. Capiche? And sometimes it floods in here. You might want to start wearing boots.
Potential employers can check your credit. Don't let your bad credit put you in a bad job.
Passenger side and the best friend side, trying to holler at me. Hanging on the passenger side of his best friend's car.
The Lady Lions played Minnesota on Thursday. Ryan Noon was on the court for the action.
After a tough 2-3 start to conference play, the Golden Gophers came into State College today hoping to get to 500 on the season. A large crowd was on hand Thursday night at the Bryce Jordan Center as the anticipated matchup between Penn State's Maggie Lucas and Minnesota's Rachel Bonham took place. The Gophers got off to a good start playing chippy defense against the Lions, and on offense were able to get the ball inside to forwards Katie Loberg and Riche Michaela, who combined for 14 points and 6 rebounds. Penn State's quick hands-on defense allowed for the team to earn 9 points on fast breaks in the first half as they took a 31-29 lead into the locker room. In the second half, Nikki Green stepped up her defense, forcing Minnesota to adjust shots inside. Here, a takeaway by Green leads to a transition bucket for junior forward Ariel Edwards, who finished with 6. Senior Maggie Lucas stole the show once again, finishing with a game-high 26 points, 4 assists, and 3 steals. Senior guard Alex Bentley was also a key contributor for the Lady Lions, adding 12 points to the team's total. The Lady Lions pull out the victory, 64-59. The Lady Lions hope to continue their 10-game winning streak on the road this week with opponents Ohio State and Wisconsin.
I'm Chelsea Clemens with This Week's Sports. Yesterday, the Lady Lions basketball team beat Ohio State 71-56. Junior guard Maggie Lucas led the team in scoring with 18 points and also added 4 rebounds. Senior center Nikki Green recorded her 4th double-double of the season and 13th of her career with 11 points and 13 rebounds. Senior guard Alex Bentley also contributed 16 points, 3 rebounds, 2 assists, and 2 steals. The win marks Penn State's 14th consecutive Big Ten victory, a new school record. The Lady Lions are 7-0 in the conference play and 17-2 overall. The team's next travels to Madison on Thursday to take on Wisconsin at 8 p.m. On Saturday afternoon, the Penn State's men's basketball team fell to Ohio State 65-51. Junior guard Jermaine Marshall scored 18 points, while sophomore guard DJ Newbill added 15 points to the 6 assists. As a whole, the Penn State defense held Big Ten leading scorer and Buckeyes forward Deshaun Thomas to 11 points, nearly 10 points below his average. The Nittany Lions travel to Iowa City on Thursday to play the Hawkeyes at 8 p.m. After losing 5-3 on Friday night to Michigan State, the Penn State men's ice hockey team played the Spartans again on Saturday night and won 3-2. Erasing a 2-0 deficit, the Nittany Lions picked up the victory after junior forward Taylor Holstrom scored the game-winning goal with about 4 minutes left to play in regulation. Freshman defenseman Mark Yanis and forward Casey Bailey each scored a goal as well. Penn State will return to the action next weekend with a 2-game exhibition series against ACHA's Ohio University Bobcats. It was snowing outside but clear here inside Rec Hall as Penn State men's volleyball took on Sacred Heart. Penn State had a great start to the year, winning 7 of their first 8 games, and they opened up conference play here at home. Then on Saturday, the team defeated Harvard 3-2. Junior outside hitter Peter Russell led the Nittany Lions with 12 kills, while senior opposite hitter Tom Comfort added 9 kills. Freshman setter Taylor Hammond recorded 37 assists and 7 digs. Sophomore libero Connor Curry had a career high of 21 digs. Lastly, senior outside hitter Kyle Mars and senior middle hitter Ian Hendries each had 4 blocks. Penn State will play Pfeiffer at home this coming Friday night. The number 1 ranked Penn State wrestling team maintained its dominance yesterday and defeated the number 12 ranked Nebraska Cornhuskers. With a final score of 33-9, the Nittany Lions won 8 of 10 bouts. Penn State next heads to Iowa on Friday night to take on the Hawkeyes at 9 p.m. And that's it for this week's sports. We'll be right back after this break.
Okay, what I'm going to do, I'm going to put handcuffs on you, okay, for your protection and mine, okay?
Okay.
I'm going to put it in front of you so it will be comfortable, okay?
All right. Whatever you want to do.
Okay. All right. Is that too tight?
No.
Okay. All right. Okay, you got it?
Yeah.
All right.
Honey, The credit fairy doesn't exist.
What?
It's make-believe. Nobody left anything under your pillow.
If there's no credit fairy, then we'll make our credit score go up.
We will. By doing things like paying our bills on time.
There's no magic to improving your credit, but there's help, and it's free. Go to creditfairy.org.
What?
It's easy to tell if you've had way too many. But what if you've had just one too many? Buzz driving is drunk driving.
Oh, 先生你好，歡迎光臨，等等先。唔該晒。Brandon.
And that does it for us here at PSN News Live tonight for January 28th, 2013. Thanks for joining us, and make sure to check us out on Twitter at PSN News.
And make sure to watch us every Monday night live at 7 p.m. Have a good week, and thanks for watching. Nailed it.